That's how you read the Bible.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. Today's video, we are doing 8 tips on how to read the Bible.
And we are partnering with Zondervan Bibles.
Ooh.
Guys, they sent us 2 amazing Bibles. Goat skin, black letter text. Let me just show it to you real fast because we're going to be giving these away. And they smell wonderful. Stay tuned till the end of this video to find out how you can enter the giveaway to win this beautiful Bible.
If you're new here, we are making Christian advice videos on life, love, and dating to help you have hope.
And be free.
So subscribe. All right, 8 tips, 8 of our best tips, how to study the Bible, how to read it. What's tip number 1, Morgan?
Tip number 1 is don't think that you have to understand everything the first time you read it.
The Bible is packed, and sometimes you're reading it and you're like, I don't understand what that means. When I started taking the Bible seriously and really getting into it, even when I didn't understand everything I was reading, I would come away feeling my faith strengthened.
Yeah.
So for real, it's just getting into it.
I find myself sometimes weeks or months later getting revelation of what I read forever ago. He helps me understand what I need to understand when I need to understand it.
Take that pressure off yourself that you need to understand every little thing. Good things are happening. All right, tip number 2, big one. Set aside time every day to do it, to read. If you're not putting it on your calendar, especially early on when you're getting in the rhythm and the pattern, then it may not happen.
I wake up every morning and I read the word and I pray for like an hour total. But
I could kiss you.
When I was first getting into that, I did it every single day because I was building up a routine. I was getting in the groove of it. Now, there are times like I might miss a day or I might do it later on in the day, but I still do it every single day because I'm in that routine. But we're not saying that you have to have this regimen of you cannot miss it or else you're going to hell.
Right. Take it very seriously, but we're not being legalistic about it. Tip number 3, this one is kind of a personal preference. A lot of people ask us, where do I start? I haven't really done much reading in the Bible. It's kind of intimidating. And Morgan and I normally say, start in the New Testament, specifically in one of the Gospels. The Gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I think John is my personal favorite. Morgan, you were saying Luke. Start in one of the Gospels. It gives you the full life story of Jesus. It's just packed, and it's a little easier to ease in.
I mean, you get to meet Jesus, you get to understand who he is and what his purpose was on this earth, and you get to read, the things that Jesus actually said. So
we're not saying you have to do that. Jump in anywhere, but that's our advice.
All right, tip number 4 is get a study guide, one that has notes. Sometimes you can find Bibles. Actually, my Bible is a Zondervan Bible, and it already has like a study guide built in throughout the whole Bible. So as I'm reading, there are little notes here and there on the sides, and it just is really helpful as you're reading along. You get to understand the context of when this was being said, where they were, where they were living, how life was back then. It just helps you understand a lot more. And so as you're reading it, you're like, oh, okay, I see why Paul was saying this or that. They also have a lot of Bibles that have like on the sides that have the original like Hebrew meaning of certain words. It's just helpful.
Tip number 5 is, let's get a little techie here. Utilize the Bible app. You can be on the go and you may not have a physical copy of the Bible, so hop on your phone. It just makes it easy.
There are hundreds of different versions. There are thousands of different plans.
At your fingertips.
Bible plans, study plans, and devotionals, and It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a Bible plan right now, which is taking me through the whole Bible, but it's jumping from like the Old Testament and then the New Testament, and it's really cool.
Tip number 6, mark that Bible up.
Don't be scared.
Don't be afraid to fold the pages, to write in the Bible, take notes as you're reading. If you don't want to mark the Bible up, then have a little journal next to it that you write in. But highlight and underline and question mark and whatever.
Morgan's Bible is literally so noted up.
And I love it.
And it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's so beautiful.
Tip number 7 is something that I've done a decent amount of. It's memorize. I have stuff memorized that I literally memorized back when I was a kid, and I'll be going through something and I'll just start quoting scripture. It is so effective and so powerful.
That's true. He does that.
Even just as far as like wisdom, having biblical wisdom for the times that we live in. The Bible talks about there were certain individuals that had wisdom for the times. Like if you want wisdom for the time and the culture and what's going on, memorize the Bible. You'll constantly be able to go back to it when somebody's presenting an argument that might not be biblical. Because there's plenty of stuff that culture is trying to put in our faces that they're acting like is good and right, but if it's not biblical, you'll know if you have things memorized, and then you can go back to scripture and dive in. It's really powerful.
Final tip. Pray that the Lord helps you understand what you're reading. Every time before I read the word, I just pray, God, give me the wisdom that I need to understand what I need to understand and to accept the things that I don't understand, and trust that you'll reveal them to me in your time. Not every time you read the Bible, you're going to have like a huge revelation of, whoa, but it's still good to read, because you need to know who God is, and this is who God is. He tells you in this Bible.
In the New Testament, Paul writes that the Bible is living and active, and I have totally found that to be the case. There was a time in college where I was struggling with doubt, and I started reading large portions of the Bible every day, and literally the Lord lifted me out of that doubt. And like Morgan's saying, there were days when I didn't feel like I read anything that hit me in a super big way, but it was just doing stuff to my mind, doing stuff to my heart, increasing my faith. And it totally changed my life. And I was just diving into the Bible every day.
Guys, comment below and let us know, what is one cool way you study the word?
I like it. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Morgan, I like that sweatshirt you're wearing.
Hey, thanks!
That wouldn't be, by any chance, our new P&M merch line.
Oh, you better believe it is, yo.
I'm digging the flowers.
Loving the flowers.
Also, guys, if you are not a Patreon member, part of the Patreon team, we invite you to be. That's just supporting us monthly, financially, and helping us to create more content and just be able to pour in more of ourselves to this channel.
$5 a month.
If we reach half of our goal, 500 patrons, it's a big goal, guys. I get that. 500, I'm going to dye my hair platinum blonde. Morgan's going to sing Disney songs on a busy street corner dressed up as one of the Disney characters. And then if we reach our ultimate goal of 1,000 patrons, what are we going to do?
Oh, we're going to have a retreat where you guys get to come and stay the weekend with us, and it's going to be great. You all are amazing, and because we love our patrons so much, we're going to enter every patron 3 times extra into the giveaway for these Bibles. We're going to start out doing one giveaway of this Bible and a handwritten card by me, signed by Paul and I. If you're not a patron and you want to be a part and you want to be entered into this giveaway, you need to be following my Instagram,
Morgan Olagus.
Paul's Instagram,
Paul Olagus.
And our Instagram,
Paul and Morgan.
And then comment below.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you again very soon. Have hope.
And be free. And they smell wonderful.